cloned from an adult cell. Well, over the past 3.5 years, we have built core capabilities and an exciting pipeline of projects focusing on innovative breeding programs, animal stem cell technologies, and animal health products. Our pipeline is based on clear scientific and business validations for the technologies that all support long-term sustainability and focuses on production of proteins. We're very fortunate enough to be nominated as the Rising Star in the prestigious 2020 Scottish Life Science Awards. Our Series A capital raise of £10 million was in 2017. We have revenues to date of 2.5 million, and we have 3 shareholders. One of them being the University of Edinburgh, that has 50% shareholding of the company. Our current funding round is for 50 million to build on our established ventures and accelerate alternative protein solutions to the high growth markets of insect, shrimp and cultivated meats. Our 2025 targets are to reach an enterprise value greater than £340 million with an EBITDA above £35 million and the IRR greater than 25%. Have the next slide, please. Our business model is to bridge the gap between innovators, researchers and investors or industry. In Roslin Technologies, we have a team of people focused on exploring the early stage research in the universities. And if they find something of interest, it's then passed to a team of industry-focused people who go out to industry and see if it really is of interest to industry. And if it is, what is the potential value? We can then create business units to develop and grow. At the same time, the industry team are looking for opportunities and challenges that industry may have, which could have a technical solution. And we bring those back to the university and look for research that could solve those solutions. Next slide, please. We see Roslin Technologies as a venture builder, building large-scale connected ventures with advanced capabilities and technologies that have a real impact on the sustainability of protein production. So what's in the Roslin Technologies box? Well, we have a corporate structure and governance encompassing an executive team with over 100 years worth of combined experience in sciences and business, implementing strategy and operation under the guidance of the Scientific Advisory Committee that comprises of prominent academic, technical and industry experts, and a strong, experienced board of directors appointed by the 3 shareholders. The university, as I mentioned, with 50% shareholding, Milltrust International through the British Innovation Fund with 33.3%, and JBI Equity with 16.7%. I've already mentioned the unique value and valuable rolling 15-year first right of refusal on the research and the intellectual property in the animal biotechnology from Roslin Institute. We focus across many species, ranging from insect, chicken, cattle, shrimp, etc. And we organise ourselves under 3 business units or technology platforms. The first being breeding programs, which consists of biobanking tissue and DNA samples, genotyping, collecting phenotypic and production data, and using all this for genetic and genomic evaluations to provide economically weighted selection indexes for farmers and breeders and line development to select the next generation that will be better than the past generation. Our second technology platform is animal cells. This technology platform will focus on stem cell culture, which we either extract from early stage embryos or from an adult cell that we then regress back to embryonic state and can then induce it to become any cell of the body. The cell lines can then be used for research to develop therapeutics or identify gene edit targets, or developed as the base cell line for the growing of cultured meat industry. Our animal health platform, we reduce the waste and poor efficiencies in sustainable protein production by developing vaccines. For example, we have one vaccine on validation trial with the USDA in Nebraska to combat an E. coli strain transmitted by cattle, that currently there is no vaccine on the world market. This strain is responsible for a large number of human deaths every year, over 100,000 in the US alone, for example. Out of these business units, we create business units as development projects, joint ventures or companies. Joint ventures, because sometimes we bring in other partners that have either a strategic reason to link in or to have a route to market. For example, Arc Genomics produces phenotypic data. That's data that you can actually see how fast animals grow, what the food conversion rates are, what the chemical constitutions of the meat or products that they produce. So we produce phenotypic data for breeding programs. We own, as Roslin Technologies, 100% of Arc Genomics. Protenga is a joint venture producing insect meal as an alternative protein and fish meal replacement. Animal Cells is a 100% owned by Roslin Technologies and produces cultivated stem cells. And Vetsena is a majority owned by Roslin Technologies and produces revolutionary animal diagnostics and highly sensitive microRNA technologies. I'm often asked the exit strategy for incoming investors, which we see as the sale of the shares as the company grows or remaining in business until it's ready for an IPO. And we consider IPOing probably in the second 5 years, so not in the first 5 years, but the second 5 years, or to benefit from the spin-out companies that we create and grow. I'd like to give you a very brief snapshot of some of the businesses that we have or we're creating and developing. The next slide, please. The first is Insect, which is part of our breeding programs initiative. Insects are amazing creatures that can voraciously transform low quality organic waste, for example, from the date palm industry, into high quality and high value insect meal that's